What's good, everyone? It's currently 5 p.m. and I believe today is Wednesday. And I'm in the process right now of building my online coaching business. I just put in my 2 weeks at my job. Very excited. And right now is the time in my life I need to scale my business. For those of you that do not know, I have a bachelor's degree in nutrition and communication. I've been to college. I came back and I wanted to be a firefighter. However, that's not the route that I currently want to go. I decided I could save people, but at the same time, I could save thousands through social media if I actually put in the time and the effort. So I'm in this stage right now learning how to scale my business. I have a mentor teaching me, and I'm very excited. I didn't just quit my job so I could have more time to focus on the business and actually have 80-hour weeks of dedicated study to performing and getting better, but also studying on how to build the business, how to become more successful and learning everything behind coaching because it's a lot more than what people think. And I just want to say it is hard. I believe this is 10 times harder than becoming a firefighter. Being a firefighter can take years, but then you have to go through the process and all that training just to, work on a fire truck for the rest of your life and make maybe 200 to $300,000. But in reality, that's not the path I want to take. I'd rather start my personal brand, actually let thousands of people get to know who Giovanni Fiderio is. Find like-minded people, help out people who are stuck in the situation where they feel like they're lost, where they feel like they don't know what they want to do in their life. And me being the person I am, I could help give them insight like, look, just because you're stuck in this situation, it doesn't mean it's over. Just because you are depressed right now, it doesn't mean it's over. You are just in this stage of, overcoming and being better and getting better and turning to that person that you want to actually be. Guys, I'm sure you're in this situation out there where you might feel like, you're in this circle of, let's just say, despair, and you don't know how to get out of it. You want to get in shape. You don't know how to get out of it. You have these bad habits. You may go to the gym a little bit, you're a little consistent, and then you're not consistent. You see results and you stop. And it's just this cycle of just inconsistency. And what you have to ask yourself is, what am I doing wrong? Why do I keep stopping this journey of me getting better? What's holding me back in life? Once you figure out what's holding you back, which is most likely just procrastination and you getting lazy, you have to ask yourself, do I really want an amazing physique? Do I really, is this what I really want in life? Do you even want to, take care of your body? Do you want the big chest? Do you want the big arms, the abs, being able to fill out your shirt, being able to fit in your old clothes? How much, how bad do you want that in life? And is it worth it to you? Is it worth it to put in the effort, going to the gym or working out from home, eating consistently, waking up early, having these healthy habits that will transform you? The reason why One of my habits is taking cold showers. And the reason why I take cold showers is because it builds this habit of me doing something I don't want to do, because when I get in that shower, it is so freezing cold. And doing it over and over and over again, you get desensitized to it. So when it comes to going to the gym or waking up in the morning and doing cardio or making yourself work out from home, you're already in the mindset of, I'm already used to doing things I don't like to do. So those things that you want to start doing start becoming very easy to do. You have to get in the habit of doing what makes you uncomfortable. Being comfortable to the uncomfortable is the best possible thing you can do. That's what my coach gave me back when I was in football, when we went through something called mental toughness. And what mental toughness is everybody grabs a, 45-pound weight or 25-pound weight or 35-pound weight, and we would shut the weight room, and it'd be super hot. There was no ventilation in there, and we'd have to hold that weight, squat, squat down, hold the weight, hold it above our head, do reps, hold it back down, squat with it, place the weight down, and we couldn't drop it when we were dead. And if we dropped it, that'd be like another 10 minutes of mental toughness. And we'd have to do push-ups, hold planks. And it put us in this mindset of, even though your arms are shaking, even though you feel like you want to drop it, you push past and you keep going. That's why, if you're in college or if you played a sport in high school, especially football, it teaches you that discipline. It teaches you how to not give up. But even if you weren't in a sport, let's just say you never played sports throughout high school, you never really were able to experience this mental toughness, it doesn't mean you're not mentally tough just because you haven't experienced it. The best thing is that you get to experience it now. You get to get used to doing things you don't want to do. You can start pushing yourself in ways you never pushed before. Waking up in the morning, going for a morning jog, taking a cold shower, reading, journaling, not waking up in the morning and just looking at your phone, making your bed when you get up. Start building this healthy lifestyle, because these habits that you build are going to carry you throughout life. I promise you. No matter what you are doing, no matter if you are an employee, no matter if you are running a business, if you're trying to master something, achieve a nice physique, building healthy habits gets you into this mindset of being able to just accomplish anything. And once you build that discipline, once you have a schedule, you feel 10 times better. Me being an individual that has ADHD, I notice when I don't have a schedule, when I don't follow, good habits and wake up in the morning and do things that I feel like are productive, I feel all over the place. My mind is running my mind is going everywhere. It's always like this, thinking super fast, and I don't know what to do. That's why me having a schedule and building these discipline and these habits actually helps me through life, helps me focus. So you guys should actually incorporate this into your life. Me being 24 years old, I am currently, I used to be embarrassed to say this. However, I'm not embarrassed anymore because I'm confident within myself, and, I know I won't be in this situation forever. So me being 24 years old, I'm currently still living at my mom's house. I have my own place here. I help her pay rent. I help her out. And it just, it doesn't make me feel like a man living here. I want to have my own place, you know, be able to, have my own things, my own space. And that will just make me feel like a man. Like living at my mom's place, it makes me feel like a bitch. I'm not even gonna lie. I feel like, being a 24-year-old man living at his mom's place. My sister also lives here too. And I just feel like, oh, like, I need to get out. And I know I'm not here forever. It's nice. It's nice to live with my family. I have a close relationship with my mom. So, I enjoy living here. She helps me out occasionally and stuff like that. Sometimes like there's dinner that is, made for me already when I get home off work. But for the most part, you guys have to realize that if you're also in a situation where you are also living at your mom's house, don't feel like don't feel like a bitch. If you know you are working hard towards a goal, if you know you are, trying to achieve something and your parents are helping you out, with, letting you live for rent free, or maybe you are helping them pay rent, don't feel like how I felt. Just as long as you're trying to get out of that situation and you're working towards something, let them help you. Because it's not just the smart way of saving money, it's letting you build that foundation of starting your career and, being able to, get out of the house but leave successfully without, having, a parent that's just like, oh, get out of here, you're 18, you're a man, or, you're a grown adult, go live on your own. So if you have that foundation, use it, and don't be embarrassed. I used to feel like that. However, you shouldn't feel like that. So use, whatever you have in life that's available, that is a support system, use that in life. And, my support system would be through, my mother. She helps me out a lot and I appreciate her. So use what you can, and that's definitely going to help you out in life. Now, I have goals. I don't plan to live here forever. I plan to be moved out within the next year, in my own place. And eventually, my main goal is to be in Miami, living in a high rise, being able to look over the city like, wow, like I was able to really do this. Having a nice car, you know, my dream car is the Urus, matte black, tinted windows, just nice, rolling in a C8 Corvette. There's all these little desires that I have, but at the end of the day, I'm not doing this to achieve these things that I want or these things that I desire. At the end of the day, I'm doing this to help people. I'm actually doing this so I can teach people to get in shape, teach people that you can overcome, things that are holding you back. You can overcome, whatever you are stressing about, your anxiety, your depression, you, maybe if you have insomnia, ADHD, whatever, you can overcome anything you are going through in life as long as you put your mind to it. Right now, I'm a fitness coach, but eventually, I want to I will always be helping people in life, but I'm trying to build a following of people that have my same mindset, that mindset of no matter what you do in life, you can achieve your goals as long as you put in the work. It doesn't matter what type of background you come from, poor, rich, whatever you believe in life, you can do it. Being someone that has integrity, being a man of your word, having chivalry, like all these little things that I care about. I want to build that following of people that don't just want to get rich because they're out for like the cars, the luxury. Whoa, fly just landed on me. A watch or all these desires. You want to get rich because at the end of the day, you want to actually help people. You want to actually be able to take care of your loved ones. And those desires just come with the process. That's just what happens when you're putting in the work. So, I might not be a fitness coach forever. Eventually, I might start teaching people maybe how to start a personal brand or maybe teach people how to get out of their 9 to 5 job. I don't know, but I'll continue to educate. I will continue to inspire and motivate because it just makes me happy. It just feels good being able to talk my mind. And I know I might not be able to articulate my words the best right now or speak the best, and that's okay because it's all part of a process. And the best thing is that as long as I keep coming out here and as long as I keep trying, making these motivational videos, keep putting out content, I will get better and better and better. And at first, I was, my very first video, you could watch it, it was a little goofy. I'm sure if you watch that video and come back to this video, I'm probably a little bit better, even if it's just 1%. That could be with the way, like, how I'm speaking, with maybe my gestures, how I'm talking to the camera. When you first start talking to the camera in your content, you get a little nervous. I'm not going to lie, but over time, it just becomes natural. Like when I first started this video, I was like, I'm a little, but now that I'm in the video already talking, I'm already here, you know? I'm outside filming. There's people around me walking, cars driving by, neighbors walking by, having conversations, but I am locked into the camera right now because I am talking to my audience. I'm talking to you guys. And I just want you to know if there's anything you want to do in life, you can do it. I am documenting my journey right now. I am showing you guys, like me growing up, in Long Beach, California, being raised by a single mother, trying to get out. Like, I'm doing this not to just better myself and not to just prove that I'm going to be the most successful person in my family and that I will become a millionaire, but I can be able to travel with my family, help people out, pay for things. I'm going to set the tempo and be like, so that way when I'm older and the future generation that's going to be born into my family, I'm going to be like, he did that. He started that. I'm setting a legacy and you guys can set the legacy too. So if you have that support system, like your parents or whatever, or some sort of support system, use it to your advantage and start a business. If you don't want to be an employee for the rest of your life, figure out what it is that you like to do. How can you help people and build a business around it? And you will go 10 times faster in life. I promise you. You will reach your goals. Now, I'm going to be honest, it is hard and it's not easy. I I get better every single day because I don't just have this schedule and this discipline and dedication, but every single day, if it's like you're making more money or you're getting better, you run into different problems and it fucking sucks. I'll tell you that right now. And it's not easy to do. However, if you can learn to just overcome these problems that you are facing in life, you'll actually progress 10 times faster, and it's so worth it because you get to see yourself like, whoa, I used to be in this situation. I thought it was hard, and now I'm in this situation. And you're like, what used to be hard is now easy, but then you run into another problem. Like me, like starting social media. I I didn't even know what I was doing. I was just like, let me just start posting workout videos from home. So, I looked at a couple creators that were like, that were in my niche, and I got some motivation and I started doing my own thing. And I blew up a little bit. Right now I'm at like 50K, 55K, something like that. Soon we'll be at 60. And I've been doing this for 4 to 5 months consistently. I'm not going to lie. I used to post twice a day. Now it's like once a day. Now it's every other day. However, I'm going to continuously, get better, lock in, start posting twice a day again, keep posting more educational YouTube videos, things that will help you guys out, motivational videos, just anything that I could get out so you guys can get to know me more. Because I feel like right now with my audience doesn't really know me, and I'm trying to really find those people who connect with me, those people who actually care about what I'm saying, because it's so exciting. It really is so exciting. And I feel like a lot of you guys are lost in life. You don't have this excitement of like pursuing something and trying to achieve something and getting better and overcoming these bottlenecks that are holding you back. And it's just so fun when you actually have a goal, like a milestone you want to achieve. And if you guys are unhappy, figure out what's making you unhappy. If your 9 to 5 is making you unhappy, you don't have to work a job like that for the rest of your life. Most people really are unhappy in life because they some people go to college, some people don't go to college, and it doesn't matter if you went to school or not, but the job that you're currently working, you might not like it. And you don't want to have to work a job for the rest of your life that you don't like, because otherwise, what's the point of living if you're not actually going to be happy in life? And that's why I feel like fitness is such a great thing to achieve, because once you achieve fitness and building a physique that you actually like, it just becomes, bruh, I'm being attacked by this fly. It just becomes 10 times better. And you're actually like, whoa, like I was able to build big shoulders, get a nice chest. I'm actually able to see my abs on my stomach. And it's once you're able to achieve these goals, it starts like you start feeling like anything else is possible. There's so many other influencers out there, so many people that aren't influencers and that have a great physique and they're not posting. Guys, you could be making money off you just liking fitness or you just wanting to motivate and inspire people. People really, think the same as you. And like, for example, there's people out there that are probably watching this video right now that think the same as me. And they're like, I can relate to this guy. I like this guy. And, just don't be afraid to start something that you think might work. When I had a girlfriend back in the day, I had an ex, and I told her about this social media idea of me posting content, making fitness content, and honestly, it made her uncomfortable. She wasn't comfortable with me doing it because just reasons in life. So I'm no longer in that relationship. It's been a long time now, and I'm just so glad that I'm able to now, just focus on myself and do the things I want to do and post content that I want to do, because you shouldn't let anybody in your life hold you back from doing the things you want to achieve. It doesn't matter if it's your parents, if it's your partner, if it's your friends. You can tell them an idea and they might think it's stupid. And then you might think it's stupid because they have that much influence and power on you, but they shouldn't, because you should be your own person and be strong mentally and still, continue to achieve your goals. Don't let anybody in life hold you back. So many of you that are watching this video have so much fucking potential, and you're just letting it go to waste. You're letting it go to waste through, maybe not focusing on your health and fitness, maybe not starting a business, maybe just, smoking weed, drinking all the time. Guys, focus up. Like We don't have our entire life. We really don't. And me being 24 years old, I wish I could go back and, tell my younger self, start a business. You don't have to go to college. You don't have to spend money on, alcohol, weed. You shouldn't be playing video games all the time. Maybe, in college, I didn't work like my freshman or my sophomore year. My sophomore year was COVID. And I wish I was working back then. I wish I, was researching how to start a business, motivational videos, how to make money online. But me being 24 years old now, I'm starting to get it. I'm like, okay, I feel like I'm starting off late because I see all these guys who are 20, 18, 19, they're millionaires, they have so much money, and you guys shouldn't be comparing yourself to other people. Don't worry about that. All that matters is that you're focusing on yourself and you're becoming the better version of yourself that you can possibly be. And the more you don't care about what other people think, the more you don't care about, where you are right now in life and how that's affecting whatever, just focus on your craft, your art, and master what you want to do, and keep doing that every single day. It's okay, some days aren't perfect. You might mess up. Like, I track my calories every single day. Yesterday I missed some calories. It's okay, nobody is perfect. You might miss a workout here and there. You might, get sick, feel like shit, and, skip a couple of days. When I check on my clients, sometimes, I'll set a client appointment and I thought I was ready and I missed it because my alarm didn't go off or something. No one is perfect, guys, and you have to realize that. Everybody has these little tiny mistakes that they make in life, but the ones that keep going, the ones that don't just start something and then give up when it gets hard, give up when you feel like you want to just quit and you're stressful and, like, you just don't know what to do. Those people that push through those bottlenecks, push through those hard times where most people would quit, where most people would just fucking give up, those people that get through those times that are tough are the ones that truly succeed. That's why not everyone's out here doing this. That's why not everyone's out here making YouTube videos. Everyone's out here not starting a business because they don't fully believe in themselves, and it is hard. It is not an easy thing to do. However, I just want to wrap this up and let you guys know that anything is possible in this fucking word, in this world. Someone just screamed "World Star" behind me. Anything is possible in this world as long as you put your mind to it. And as long as you don't give up, stay focused on your goals, then you can do anything you want to do in life.